Hi, I'm Sellouk, certified sommelier, and welcome to the Israeli Wine Review. Today we're at Carmel Wineries, talking a little bit about what's going on here. The wine, the people, and what makes Israel an amazing country for wine. Carmel Winery was created in 1882. Originally, it was two wineries, Zichron Yaakov Winery and Rishon LeZion Winery. This is the map of Israel. These are the growing areas, and this is where we are today. Today, we're in the old barrel room of the original winery, and you can see it looks pretty old because it's easily 100 years. What we have here is the storage facility for every drop of wine that came out of this winery up until basically a year ago when they started building their new winery. Today, Carmel is making wines which are uniquely Mediterranean. Previously, what they've been doing is trying to imitate, as all of us have been in Israel, things which are happening elsewhere in the world. What we have today is a new trend. We're actually using Mediterranean varietals in this dynamic and ever-changing topography and climate of Israel to create truly Israeli and truly unique wines. There are no rules in Israel, so Carmel is really one of the leaders in creating unique Israeli blends based on the terroir and using an attitude which is better for the country itself. So we're going to be talking with a few people that work in the winery right now, and the first one we're going to be speaking to is Mordechai. Mordechai is the mashgiach, or is basically the person who's responsible for making sure that all of the wine in the winery is treated appropriately so that the winery can keep up with their kashrut laws. This is Mordechai. Mordechai is the mashgiach. He's been working here for 22 years, and he's arguably one of the most experienced people in the winery and probably been here the longest. Mordechai, what can you tell us about the Mediterranean direction that the winery has been taking in the most recent years? All right, and that was Mordechai, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to be talking with Lior Luxor, the head winemaker of Carmel Wineries. So Lior, please tell me, what is it that's leading to this Mediterranean direction that the winery is taking?
Basically, we make a lot of different grape varieties here in Israel, but Mediterranean grape varieties are doing really well in our climate. That's the reason we're focusing on that.
You find that the soil also tends to give itself more towards Mediterranean grape varieties?
Yes, for sure. We're part of the Mediterranean.
Do you grow today more Mediterranean grapes than, let's say, French grapes?
No,
or
not,
Bordeaux style
not
grapes?
yet, but we are increasing every year in the amount of Mediterranean grape varieties we're planting.
Would you say it's in your goal to grow more Mediterranean grapes than to grow, let's say, the continental or cooler climate grapes?
I'd say yes.
Right on. Thank you very much for your time, Leo.
Thanks.
Be well. And this is Valerie, the head of the Wine and Culture Center at Carmel Wineries. Hello. So please, what can you tell us about the direction you think the winery is going today?
Well, you know, Jamie, we've been around for, as you've heard, for a long, long time, but Carmel is coming leaps and bounds and kosher wines are coming leaps and bounds, and we want to bring to the public in Israel and over the seas where Israeli wines are standing today. We have soul here, and we want to show people what we're doing today. And we love doing it.
Thank you so much, Valerie. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming.
And now we're going to talk about the wines themselves. But first, let's open them. First, the rosé. As you can see, it's pink. What that means is that this wine is made from red grapes, of course, but it didn't get a chance to take all of its color from the skins. So we have here is a very, very Mediterranean blend, Carignan, Grenache, and Marselan. So for those that don't know, Marselan is actually a hybrid grape of Cabernet Sauvignon and Grenache. And it grows primarily in the south of France and in Israel. It's really good. Dry, nice fruit, really fresh, exactly what you want to drink on a hot day. I say we give this wine 7 grapes. The Tuvats white wine. This will be a blend of Muscat, Gewürztraminer, and French Colombard. When you think about that blend, you say to yourself, what is that? Who would do that? Nobody would do that. In Israel, again, there are no rules, so you can do pretty much whatever you want. The wine is dry, and you can really smell the Gewürz on this. Really nice twang on the tongue as well. Very, very fresh, very light, fantastic example of what you can do in Israel with the climate. We'll give this wine 8 grapes. Continuing onward, we will go to the Mediterranean. This is a blend. This is a bit of a complicated blend. What you have here is Shiraz, Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, Viognier, Morved, and Carignan. It's aged for 16 months in French oak, and what we're going to be doing is drinking it. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Really good stuff. Full, earthy, leathery, not heavy. Very silky tannin on this wine. This is really good. I wish you could taste this with me. We'll give this wine 8.5 grapes. And last but not least, one of the highest scoring wines in Israeli viniculture ever. This is the single vineyard Kayumi Shiraz. You're gonna have to forgive me for reusing glasses, but it's my show. I don't have words. Deep leather, big black fruit, really nice. Oh, it's a shame you can't get this stuff in the United States. We have here the 2011, a fantastic vintage year for Israeli wine. So we'll give this wine 9 grapes. But you probably didn't watch this to see me talk about wines and tastes and smells. What I want you to understand is that these wines are really, really, really executing and indicative of a forward-thinking trend in Israel which allows us to make better wines because they're better for the country. The earth itself is thirsty for grapes. It wants to grow grapes. And with this particular winery's experience, they're able to know what the earth wants in different parcels, plant it, and vinify it in the best possible ways. Cheers.